Bananarchy, the best. Ma'am, you had the cleanest restaurant of the entire strip. The best score.
What?
You had the best score.
Really?
3,300. Very impressive. You keep the cleanest place.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
We do a lot of cleaning.
I'm gonna get a certification paper for you. You have a good night. Hello. 2,000. I win. Damn, Kava. 118,000. What an adorable dog you have.
Thank you.
Looks very happy.
He's friendly, he's just a little shy.
Hi. It's okay.
This is him being very friendly, actually.
I know, he's not screaming or running away. What a good doggy. What's his name?
Aspen.
Hello, Aspen. This is a particle counter, Aspen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it beeps. I don't blame you. If somebody came to me with a beeping machine, I'd probably run away too.
I will say he's not a big fan of beeping. Not a noise guy in general. Surprisingly, he's fine with the vacuum.
Huh?
He's fine with the vacuum.
I've
yeah.
never met an animal that likes a vacuum. Even my cat, even my fish, they run away when I use the vacuum to clean the pond.
Oh, you have to vacuum the pond?
Yeah, they shit. And then it gets rid of the ammonia in the water and everything with a biofilter, but the shit falls to the bottom. Eventually.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. I've never had fish, so I never thought about it.
Me either until recently.
Do you have any other pets besides your fish?
Fish and 2 cats, 6 employees.
6 employees. What do you do?
I have the repair place across the street.
Oh, okay, awesome. How's that?
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah?
I'm just counting particles for fun. I bought this thing for work, but now I want to find stuff to do with it.
Oh, sick.
I'm curious what's cleaner, Kava or the food truck? I'm fairly certain the food truck. 99%.
Interesting. So when you say it counts particles, like, how small?
0.02 microns, which is 10,000 times smaller than a piece of dust that you can see.
What do you use that for in the repair business?
I just wanted to see if these companies that advertise these $2 million clean rooms, is it bullshit? Like, is a $2,000 one as good as a $2 million one? So I was just curious, so I bought this thing. But now I have nothing to do with it, so I figured I'm just walking around measuring random shit when I have a break.
That's pretty awesome. You seem like the type of guy who likes working?
I do, a little too much. This is a toy, and I just like toys, so.
Thank you so much.
Dude, no, my CEO. Can I get a Heinz?
This is going to be $8.87.
I'll get yours.
Whenever you're ready.
No, I got it.
I'm
Sure?
going to be an annoying customer, so I'm
You're
not
not an annoying customer.
I have a strange question for you.
Yeah, what's it?
This counts particles. Can I put that in there for like a second to see how many particles are inside of there? It's for
Sure.
science.
Do you know how that works?
It counts things that are up to 10,000 times smaller than a single piece of dust.
Yeah.
So Kava has 128,000, and you as a food truck have 4,000. So that means you're about if I do the math right, you are like 90% cleaner than a kava.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
so fun.
See, this
If
counts
I move it
particles in real
around,
time.
does it populate more?
No, it actually goes lower. It's now staying below 4,000.
Oh, dang.
What is clean?
Anything below 5,000. Your average home, which is dusty, is 5,000. That is 130.
Wait, why is kava so dirty?
Honestly, here's the thing. Every time I've eaten there, I always feel something in the pit of my stomach. Like, I don't know if it's what they glaze the chicken with or something, but I never feel healthier when I eat their chicken. And now I know why.
Did you do Chipotle?
I haven't, but when do they close?
You should do Chipotle.
Oh yeah, I would love
actually
to
11
hear
now.
what Chipotle
They
is.
close at 11.
I'm gonna walk over there right now.
Okay, I would. Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
would
come back
love
and
to.
report the number they get. Thank you very much for humoring me.
Yeah, no, for
Yes,
sure.
humor. I need to get some food myself.
It's amazing.
Unless, let's see. I'll be back if you have a lower particle count than Chipotle. Have a good day, my man. I was talking to this person that I had to interview for a job, and she was really nervous. And when I see that happening, I start asking them about what their past experiences were like. And she was telling me she was a Kava experience manager, and they ran out of chicken one day. And they were pretty mean to her, like, you know, the whole passive-aggressive. And I was trying to explain to her that even if you messed up and the person wants to discipline you, that ain't what works. You always want to build people up, not build them down. So here's what I would do in that situation. What I would do as a manager is say, you know, we ran out of chicken. Okay, so if you're able to go to H-E-B and get some more chicken, then we have chicken for people. If you're not able to get some more chicken today, then no big deal. People will have to deal with steak, falafel, or lamb meatballs. Like, it's not the end of the world, you know? Now, here's how that works. If I sigh at you, you're gonna feel bad and you're gonna kind of go down, you know, like, you're gonna go down, 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 down. But eventually, if I wasn't sighing and being passive aggressive, you'd bounce back up. But if I sigh and give you a write-up, it's kind of like when you flick a cat in the nose, you know? It's always gonna remember that you abused it. It's always gonna know you flicked it in the nose, and it's gonna flinch when you walk by. Here's what you do if you're a good man. Again, the whole, if things go, if you're able to get chicken, great. If you're not able to get chicken, you know, steak and falafel today, not the end of the world. Now that person knows that they fucked up. They know that that restaurant that has a line out the door every single fucking day doesn't have any chicken because of her. She knows that. So if you talk to them like that and you say something like that where you're not really insulting or demeaning or anything else, she's gonna think, why is he not mad at me? Holy shit. She's not gonna walk over to H-E-B to get chicken. She's gonna run over there. If her car runs out of gas, she's gonna get an Uber because you didn't act like a dick when you had the right to. And I think that's kind of what defines character. Do you act like a dick when you have the right to? So that person would feel horrible about themselves but then bounce right back. Now, the reason you're nervous here is not because you're a naturally anxious person. It's because you work for a dickhead boss. And that dickhead boss flicked you in the nose. And that's not how you operate if you want to build people up and have them stay with you for 7 to 10 years. Now, you left that job after 3 months. And usually what an employer is going to do when they're doing job interviews is they're going to see that you left your job after 3 months. Oh, wow, you're unstable. Why'd you leave? My boss did this. But that's not how I do interviews. When I do my job interviews, I say, everybody leaves a job that's bad because they suck. 99% of the time. Maybe you decide you want to have kids, you want to start a family, you want to retire. But there's other reasons. You know, the pay isn't high enough. I'm bored. I want to try something new. The CEO was bankrupting the company. People were mean to me. I was getting sexually harassed. For the most part, when people leave a job, it's because they want something better. Wings. I wonder what wings is. So even the wings place got 20,000, which is considerably lower than Kava. Let's see what Potbelly gets. Here we got Potbelly. Anyway, so I really sought to understand it. Why is it that you're this nervous? Rather than just you're nervous, you shouldn't get a job. Potbelly? Oh god, 200,000. And you can really smell that. What's that about that? Yeah. actually sent a thank you email. Said this is the realest job interview I've ever had. Really appreciated that. Anyway, I don't know how I got into that. Oh, kava. Yeah, it's not just a high particle count. It's a high count of, I guess, dickhead managers that don't know how to treat people. You don't treat people nice because it's the right thing to do. I mean, you should. Don't get me wrong. When I run for governor, somebody's going to take that clip and play it over and over again. You treat people nicely if you're I always try to appeal to people's selfishness rather than their goodwill. And you treat people well because you want that little bounce at the end. You want the person that's running to HEB to get the chicken when they fuck something up. That's going to remember that shit for the next 5 years. That when they get offered a job that pays 20% more somewhere else, they're going to say, you know what? I got to stay with my boss until we find somebody that can cover my shift. Instead of quit immediately. Because that person gave a shit about me. Here we go. Sweet Green. What do we got in Sweet Green? I think Sweet Green may be closed. Wow. No wonder I feel good when I eat here. 6,500. What a low particle count. 6,700. That's impressive. Go Sweet Green. Alright. Let's check out Chipotle. What do we got, Chipotle? Not horrible. Especially since you see stuff smoking over here. The Sweet Green has the kitchen in the back, whereas here the kitchen is open to you. So you'd expect it to have a higher particle count because of the kitchen being in an open space like this. However, you still have about 100,000 less particles than what you had at Cava, which is quite the upgrade. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I gotta go back and let the lady at the banana stand know that the banana stand is doing better than every place besides the wings place. It's quite impressive, actually. I had another conversation with the same person. I always feel weird when somebody's nervous in a job interview, because I remember what it was like to be young and actually trying to get a real job. I started this company because I could never find a real job. You know, a lot of entrepreneurs are not people that are really smart. It's people that are so fucked up in the head that they can't get a job at a KFC. True story. One other question I asked is, okay, is this an outfit? I realize how bad this came off because I'm probably talking to a woman that's like 15 years younger than me. But anyways, is this like the dress style that you wear every day? And she said no. And I said, okay, so how often do you wear this? And she admitted only for job interviews. So she was really beating herself up for being nervous. You could see she was moving her hands back and forth, apologizing and everything. I said, okay, well. So you were treated poorly by the last boss. He flicked you in the nose. Check. And then, hey, how's it going?
You be interested in the barbecue today?
No, thank you. And after, don't walk up that close to me like that, man. Don't you do that shit where you try to walk in front of me. Fuck that. Anyway, that don't work. So this for you is not you. This is a costume. And people feel weird, and like it's natural to feel like an imposter in a costume. So the reason I got the polo shirt and the dress pants and the khakis and all that shit, belt, polished shoes, I do that even if I'm sitting in my house for the whole day. And I do that because when I put that on for real, I don't feel like I'm in a costume. When I show up at a legislative hearing or I'm talking to a politician somewhere, I don't feel like I don't belong anymore because that's what I wear on a regular basis. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that, but do you think it's right that you beat yourself up for feeling not at ease in an outfit that you wear once a year? Do you think that there's something wrong with you, or do you think there's something wrong with the manager that ran a shit business? How long does his employees stay with him? And they said usually it's about a 6-month turnover. Well, the people downstairs are here for 7 to 10 years. So maybe that's not the way to treat people. So do you think it was you, or do you think it's them? Huh. It's weird. I really was not expecting a job interview to turn into a therapy session. A good 2 or 3 of them turned into therapy sessions. I didn't realize how much it fucking sucks to be employed by other people. But it really does. Lots of dickheads out there that use positions of power over people to treat them like dog shit. This is a Whole Foods marketplace. Okay, here's the magic moment. 9,000. Alright, that's not horrible. Let's see. Let me get myself some fresh turkey breast. My guilty pleasure is a little bit of this Greek tortellini salad. I know, it's greasy, it's weedy, but just a little bit. Once a week. You have to live a little bit. Note that while there's a fairly good particle count at Whole Foods, the soap dispenser in the men's room is empty. Not just one soap dispenser, 2 soap dispensers. How many points do you take off? Because we had an 8 to 10K as we walked through Whole Foods. But I feel like not having soap in the bathroom that people are going to use to wash their hands before they prepare the food that I just purchased should result in significant increasing in the particle count of people's balls in my food, which kind of sucks, but I'm hungry enough to eat it anyway. See, the problem is I don't think it's just how many particles, it's also the type of particles. So, particles from when a man has touched his dick and then tried to prepare my food is infinitely worse. It's a particle count.
Oh, a what count?
It counts particles up to 10,000 times smaller than a single piece of dust.
What's the like? What are you measuring?
I bought this for the repair shop across the street, and now I spent $100 on it, so I'm just curious. So I went to every restaurant and food truck to see which one is the cleanest.
Nice.
She has the cleanest one. 3,000.
I like to hear
Kava's
that
one of the
more.
Kava's one of the dirtiest.
I've heard
I'm
that
not surprised.
actually.
How's the
Kava's
Chipotle?
130,000, Potbelly 200,000, fried chicken 6,000, Chipotle 20,000, her 3,000.
Oh.
This place keeps clean.
But I feel like it's easy to stay clean when all you're doing is like bananas.
Just to freely die. Ma'am, you had the cleanest restaurant of the entire strip. The best score.
What?
You had the best score.
Really?
Chipotle-
Okay, wait, 120,000. What was Chipotle score?
Chipotle was 20,000.
20,000.
Not bad.
Wow.
Look, you got the.
That's so
Huh?
interesting.
Try it. Let's do a double check. See if
Yeah.
anybody- Huh?
Wait, this is really interesting. They like test your air particles. It shows how like clean it is.
Yeah.
3,300. Very impressive. You keep the cleanest place in this entire place.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
We do a lot of.
I'm gonna get a certification paper for you. Have a good night. Bananarchy, the best. I mean, it's because there's an open window. That's the reason it's doing well. But you might as well make people feel good, right? I don't got to shit on a parade. The person in line was happy. They got a smile and a kick out of it. And that's what really matters in life. Find a way to make people smile everywhere you go. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. If you'd like to see a particle counter test of something else in Austin, Texas, do let me know. Next up, Fogo de Chao Salad Bar versus SP Steakhouse Salad Bar. I know SP's gonna win, but I always gotta test my biases. We're gonna do the Futo headquarters versus the Google headquarters. Rossmann Repair Group versus the Apple Store. Oh, we can have fun with this shit. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this. Anyway, that's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I have not had this much fun since I got that damn laser measure in 2019. Remember how much fun that little laser measuring thing was? Lots of fun. Anyway, see you later.